You guys go to sleep. I take the watch, and I'm gonna cook some Grell. I'm not gonna do the pointy bits though, because I'm not an idiot.
Roll me a 1d100, buddy.
Do I want high or low?
You want low.
Oh shit.
I want you to know, Mooten, that you just made a system shock check, and failure means death. Your system shock is 85%. If Nick did not have this spell or did not have the MP to cast this spell, you would have just died right here. Zephyr, I'm going to use your intelligence check.
I've been waiting for a nat 20, so here it is.
Oh!
Christ.
Because you rolled a natural 20, I'm just going to give you way more information than I was ever going to give you at this point in time. But you rolled a 20, and 20s need to be rewarded. The third tower of Ferris was built as a regular seafaring vessel. And it was made...
Just in case anyone's forgotten,
VORD.
that is the ship that we were killed on
That's
Tides
the
of Death.
fucking Death Knight shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
We don't know.
No, we do. It
shit,
definitely was. It was
no
100% Towers
way.
of Magic. It was, yeah.
It was 100% one of the lost towers of Ferris, which is now just lost, floating in the seas, unable to be found, and you stumbled across it and died on it.
The
find it
ashes
again.
of...
finding it again.
And I know not to open that door this time.
Dude,
Well, he's out.
Questions.
dude, I bet we could find Archie's knuckles there, like the brass knuckles.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Floating Fortress. Today, I've got two of my favorite players here to go explore the great city of Odds. How are my two favorite players in the world doing today?
Fantastic. Let's do some exploration, focusing in on some character stories, some character dynamics. I'm excited.
Right. Where we last left off. Oh, do you want to say something, Nick?
I was just going to say, we're going to get to go on our little trip to the magic store together without Cedric being a smartass. So, yeah.
Exactly. Fuck
Right.
that guy.
Where we last left off, we were investigating the library and pulled out some amazing rolls. And we were going to be here for a couple of weeks, maybe a month, because we got a month-long library pass. And there's some problems. Not everybody is literate, and not everybody can research. You can only check out so many books at a time. And we talked about how we would manage this in between sessions. And I think the best way to manage it is what we're doing here is we're going to split it into a couple different sessions. Zephyr is going to library it up. Cedric wants to do some investigations and like making connections and getting to know some people in and around town. And these two sorcerers have a little interest in the field of magic. So we're going to play a session today as they explore the city of Odds while Zephyr is in the library and Cedric is making friends. So yeah, the city is yours. Please don't get killed while the rest of the players are away.
Yeah, so I think we wake up one morning and we're down in the tavern or the inn, wherever we're staying, getting breakfast. And Riven is just like, oh, God, another day of sitting in that fucking library. Like, I literally just can't be bothered. And then I remember the conversation that Elijah and I had about maybe going to the magic store. And I look across the table.
Elijah's eating like
face.
some gruel or something for breakfast, just whatever the most basic thing is. And he's been taking notes at the library, looking at the most boring shit too. So like what we talked about, like, shipping records and records of just like resources coming in and out, just trying to find some oddity, something that doesn't make sense anywhere. And he's just poring over these records. Obviously he couldn't have taken with them, but he took some notes while he was there, and he's kind of going over his last night's notes right now as he stuffs like some kind of gray porridge into his face.
So under the table, I kick Elijah's foot, and then I kind of like motion like away, and then I go up to go and get a drink or whatever at the bar and hope that Elijah follows me.
Elijah looks up, looks back down at his notes, and then he finally realizes what you want, and he and he quickly packs up his stuff, takes like 3 more bites of the thing, and then doesn't clean up his dishes and follows you to the bar.
I say, I'm so sick of that library. It stinks. Everything's old and sort of grey and dusty, and Cedric and Zephyr are just so annoying. Do you want to go and do something else today?
Right. No, yeah, Zephyr especially. She just goes on and on, man. It's like, Elijah, hey, no, look at this, and no, go over these, and can you make sure that these are right? I just feel like, you know, I think sometimes my skills aren't appreciated with her, you know?
Yeah, because, you know, I can't read, but if I could read, I don't see why she needs to get you to read everything that she's already read. Like, if she's read it once herself, why isn't that enough? Like, why do you have to go and read it all the same? Because she just do it herself.
Twice the amount of... So if I don't go, like, it's not like she's going to miss it. I don't know.
It's just going to be like one day anyway, you know? I thought we could go to, like, the magic store, you know, and find some cool wizard stuff, you know?
You know, the thing is, I've had these powers for a bit now. We talked about it a little bit, but I've seen these magic stores and stuff around, but I don't even know what they sell there, you know? And like, and he tries to not say it too loudly, even though it seems like the city's kind of cool with it. I'm a magic user now. I can do magic.
Yeah, but I don't think it's the same, because when I used to go and visit the elves in the forest when I was younger, the wizards there, they'd be like studying books, they'd be like learning spells.
Right.
That doesn't... Maybe we can learn new spells? I'm not sure. I don't really... Well, I can't read, so I'm not sure that I can... But they seem to just kind of, you know, they seem to just come to me.
Neil, would like the basics of like magic, or like what is known about magic, would that be something that would be taught in a school in Just Stars Bay?
It's more picked up by osmosis in society. You would have known of magic users around. You would know that Corbin Krellis is the censor over all of Ferodia, and he is a spellcaster, and he's got some spellcasters who are working for him. So the thing that you've picked up is that some people are born with the gift of the ability to use magic, but only a small fraction of them ever actually realize this, because it takes study and time and dedication and resources. And so there's a lot of potential untapped magic users out there who just didn't have the opportunities to realize their powers, their gifts. And the types of magic users that are in the world today are clerics and wizards. Basically the two. There are bards who have a little bit of magic, but most people consider them to just be like shitty wizards rather than their own spell class. In days of old, there are like witches and sorcerers and elementalists. There's all these like older stories of these great magic users of ages past that like those sorts of people just don't exist anymore. And it's kind of got that like a little bit of legend, sort of like the story of Troy and Achilles and Hector fighting each other. And it's also got a little bit of the vibe of like, well, the world has actually changed. Like the gods have come down and the world has been damaged and destroyed, and there's just fewer things, or only the more efficient things survive today. So your understanding is that if you're not a cleric, you're a wizard, and wizards gain their powers through study. I want you to think of a wizard like you would think of a Renaissance scientist, where you're like, I'm going to drop these 2 balls from a tower, and maybe they fall at the same speed. You know, so you gotta study and read and practice really hard to get anywhere, to the exclusion of all other activities. Like your wizards don't do other shit. So you're very clearly not a wizard.
So a lot of wizards probably fucking hate sorcerers, right? If they were ever to encounter one.
Absolutely. It's like I think so, yeah. They'd be so jealous, right?
Jealous, envy, hate. There'd be a lot of emotions if you didn't have to do anything, and your magic, like you get extra weapon proficiencies, you get better bonuses to hit, you get higher HP because you don't have to spend all your time being a fucking nerd.
I think another big thing is that a wizard has to spend fucking ages trying to find components, but we don't need material components for any of our spells.
Right.
That's a real thing.
Okay. Yeah. Riven, I think I've kind of realized that we're probably a little bit different from those other magic users as well. It kind of reminds me, and it's probably connected to these stories that my mom used to tell me. My dad really didn't like those stories, and those in particular he didn't really like her telling, but of people who had inherent magic abilities that could just use them. And everyone always said that wasn't true, but now I just wonder. I'd like to see more of the world of magic, I guess. We should go check this out.
do you think we should like keep it to ourselves? Maybe we don't want them to get jealous, but in a way, like maybe they'd be interested. Maybe they'd like give us some free stuff or pay us to ask us some questions. There's got to be some wizards out there who are keen to. I mean, you remember Smell Tailwind, right? She was really intrigued by us.
Right. No, I remember Smell Tailwind.
You fuckers.
I
don't even remember her actual name.
Selma. Like the march. Oh God.
It's not even that different.
Well, it's a good question. I mean, like, they don't need to know how we acquired our magical powers, right? But I mean, like, maybe faking being a wizard is going to be. But I mean, Riven, you probably don't know this about me because I don't normally do this, but I think I actually do kind of have a knack for pretending that I know about stuff that I actually don't know about. It's something I used to do a lot when I was younger. Obviously nowadays I wouldn't really. I think integrity is like really important.
Well,
right?
if you are doing that, I've never noticed. You must be really good at it.
Right. Yeah. Well, I obviously I wouldn't, but if I did, you know,
I wouldn't notice. Yeah, because you're so well practiced.
Exactly.
Well, why don't we listen? I sort of look over towards the table where Cedric is sort of sucking up to Zephyr. So we should just like get out of here. I don't even think we should tell them because they'll Zephyr will be like, oh, I need Elijah to read my shit for me or whatever. So we should just leave.
Yeah. No. I actually had a conversation with Zephyr recently about the way we should structure certain days of absence that I can have. So I think she's probably actually fine with me taking a day off because I talked to her about it and I think it's going to be okay.
Great. I sort of take him by the arm and I run out the inn.
The two of you scamper off into the city of odds in the early spring. Now, we haven't talked too much about what's in this town. It's a well-developed town. There is a large tower in town that is like visible from all over the place. The back of the town is sort of surrounded by this arched mountain way. The front side of the town looks out to a lake and then mountain ranges beyond. It's primarily an agrarian society all around you, but the actual town itself is very well built up. Pichal, Elijah, you would know that this is one of the great centers of learning in Ferodia. They've got a library, a magic shop. You can buy spells here. You can't do that in Just Stars Bay. The Verasi Empire really they're not excited about the spread of magic. They try to contain that shit, but this place is far enough away and, they don't have so much direct power. They don't try to put so much direct power to stop it over here. But, this is a pretty cool place. The buildings here are mostly stone with a little bit of wood. It's recently fallen into the hands of the new Farron Empire. There's high quality metalsmiths in the area. Maybe not. No, I've conflicting notes on this. But it's a great place. A lot of education.
Is there like a particular? Have you been here before, Elijah?
No. Definitely not.
You think there's like a magic district? I look around.
I mean, he consults his notes. His notebook is so disorganized. There's like shit falling out as he goes through it. He's been taking way too many notes and stuff.
Put the notes away. Let's just explore.
All right, sure. Yeah, let's just go out and. I always say this, sometimes, especially if you're exploring a new place. Sometimes it's best to look up from the paper sometimes, and actually just go out because that's when you find the best things, he says nervously, and he kind of uncomfortably puts away his notes that he...
Exactly. Neil, I walk past is there like some sort of old dead looking flowers near somewhere that we walk past?
It's springtime. There's no old dead flowers anywhere. There are some tulips that are just bursting forth from the ground. They got their long shoots and the flowers haven't quite come out, but any fucking day now, they're going to be beautiful.
I wave my hands over the tulips and cast cantrip to make them come up.
Oh.
Ah, yes, the flowers begin to open and begin to blossom and bloom, and soon bright reds and yellows are available to you.
And then I take one of them and then I'm gonna like sort of break away the stem and kind of like put it in my hair.
Aw.
I think I
Nice.
can maintain the cantrip for as long as an hour a
1 hour
level,
per
or
level.
as long as I can concentrate on it, right? Or is it only an hour per level? So 4
hour
hours
per level? Yeah.
That'll do me. Yeah. Cool. So yeah, with whimsy.
Oh yeah, you do have to concentrate up to 1 hour per level. Yeah.
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 So yeah, we go exploring the town. I think anything that
He
looks
sees-
vaguely magical, I would want to stop at.
He sees Riven using their magic for whimsy,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Yo, check this out." And he kind of looks for a person, a little bit further away, in the street, you know, maybe like someone who looks maybe a little bit more posh, you know. I'm sure he'd be able to find someone who's a little bit, you know, nice clothes and kind of looking. He's kind of walking. I'm imagining
Absolutely.
a person who's maybe, who's kind of walking around the street who like feels like he owns the place or something, right?
There's a young
this out.
gentleman in a nice coat with a high popped collar and a shiny silver brooch of a hummingbird on one lapel. He's got brand new doeskin boots that come up to like the mid shin with brightly colored laces and a lovely light tunic underneath that like shows off just enough chest hair. But if it gets cold, he can pull that woolen cloak over him. Yeah.
Okay. Elijah's gonna cast Whispering Wind. And he's gonna whisper just so loudly that Riven can hear. That coat looks like shit. And send the message
The words
towards the guy.
travel on the
Sounds-
wind. They
so
flutter
good.
into his ear. He hears, it looks like shit. And he starts to look around. He gazes around the whole area like, who said that? What's going on? He's going to see if he can spot the two of you giggling at him from a distance.
We're definitely giggling.
He does not spot the two of you giggling at a distance. He's oblivious to it. He kind of pulls his coat together a little bit more closely, picks up his steps, and travels down the burnt orange bricks that define the roads of Oz, headed in a direction.
That was so
Beautiful.
funny. Nice.
Giggling and whimsical, they walk
this
down
is-
the streets of Odds.
This is such a better day than it could have been, Elijah. It's a good job we came
Right.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, gotta get away from those papers sometime. I've always been saying this to my colleagues.
Yeah. So yeah, Neil, we wander around the town. We've got the whole day to kill, you know. We're looking for anything that strikes our fancy. I'll probably even pop into any like nice little shops that sell little knickknacks as well. I might go in and buy some random shit. I've got 168 silver. I think this is more wealth than Riven's ever had in
Absolutely.
their life before.
Well, there's two things that you're going to come across right away. The first is this really big brewery named The Avalanche. And they've got this like, you know, big vats of booze brewing up in it. They've got a little bar out front where someone has laid out some French fried potato wedges and fresh beer is being poured. There's some folks hanging around early in the morning, getting their drink on. And right across the street from it is a leather working shop where someone has, have you ever seen those like triangular shaped prayer flags? Well, this person has triangular shaped scraps of leather, but like they've been dyed in different colors that are like hung on ribbons outside of the shop that can blow in the wind if there was any wind. And the shop has like shutters that have opened and you can see inside are all sorts of leather works. There's some like leather armor, but it looks a little bit more like stylized and decorative, maybe more like costume leather armor. And then, you know, proper leather goods like saddles and scabbards and whatnot, but also just like bracers and decorative things, little ribbons, bookmarks for your books made out of leather, all sorts of stuff. These are the first two things that you see, yeah.
As we walk past the bar, I'll say to the guy, 2 beers, please. Then I perch up against the table. Mm-hmm. And I hand one to
they'll
Elijah.
pour you a pair of beers.
And
We
then,
cheers. Is it a
cheers.
good beer?
Does Elijah like beer?
He drinks beer, but not for the flavor. He just drinks for the numbing effect usually. But usually he just gets, you know, the cheapest stuff at whatever tavern he can find. So
This
he's not
seems legit
really
in here though.
experienced with it.
This
You know,
is strongly flavorful. I get the impression this is like a double IPA or something.
Yeah, he takes
So-
a sip, and he's like, that's
It's pretty strong.
that's good. That's good beer. They make
Yeah.
good beer here in Odds. Yeah.
You know, everything good in odds. Look at that shop over there, I say, pointing to the leather store. I'm going to go get like a belt or like some boots or something and then once we're done.
Yeah, I might get a bookmark or something, or maybe like
Yeah, that sounds cool.
some binding for my yeah. Riven, most of the stuff that we've been reading about, I mean, we talked about with Zephyr a little bit. Obviously, most of it is bullshit to dig through, but it does sound like we learned some stuff. It does sound like there's some
Yeah,
things in there, and
for sure. Like the towers and stuff. Yeah.
yeah, Riven, especially the towers. Yeah, there's this thing, and I think it's, and he kind of thinks a little bit, and it takes a little bit to have this like vulnerable moment, be like, you know, my dad, like, my mom would always tell me these stories of like, you know, where we came from and all these legends and stuff, and just my dad instilled in me so much that like, it's all stories, son, you know that, and it's not important. What's important is your work. It's, you know, that kind of thing. And like, you know how parents are, right?
Sure. Yeah. No, dads are always like that. I mean, it's not true though, you know? The world's full of wonder. If you'd have seen the things I've seen in the Elven Forest, you'd believe all the stories. Trust me, there's magic out there. And now with what's happened to us,
Right.
I don't know there's a story that I don't believe.
What do you make of the whole towers thing? I think it's pretty confusing and it's a lot to take in, you know? I don't really.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think they definitely existed, right? They've got to be out there somewhere. Something that big, something that powerful.
Right.
I mean, maybe some of them have been sort of swallowed up now and are below the ground, but even those ones that are underwater or under the earth, I think they're probably still there.
There must be some crazy riches there.
Yeah, but some scary monsters too, you know?
I mean, we can handle scary monsters, right?
Sure, yeah. But yeah, you know, we should find the easy ones first. Like, I don't know, like the one in the Dardennes, that doesn't seem too bad.
Ardennes. Always wanted to go there.
Yeah, I mean, it would get away from these like Empire fucks anyway.
Right.
I think that's
Beaches,
what's so cool about odds.
the
Like,
women.
shouldn't they have come here and like destroyed all the fun of this place by now?
It's weird, huh?
Yeah. Maybe it's all the wizards and stuff keeping them at bay. Maybe they're scared.
We should ask some people about it, but you know, some trustworthy people, because we don't want to.
Yeah. Good point. I turn to the guy next to me. Hey. Nice bar.
He looks over at you. Oh, you the guy behind the bar? Well, thank
no,
you.
No, just like whoever's drinking next to me.
Yeah, it's a guy. He's got like bleary eyes.
He's
like
already
he's just
drunk,
woken
right?
up. No, he looks like he's been up all night and is now up again in the morning. You know, he's like, yeah, it's a good place. It helps kickstart the day. Oh,
Hair of the
fuck.
dog.
Yeah, no, it's just night shift, man. Night shift. Hard to sleep. Day
Don't
off.
have coffee
So,
and odds.
he shakes his head. It's super expensive. Got to be imported
right.
from way the fuck over there, and I don't got that kind of money.
How much is it
but-
for a coffee?
Couple silver.
I give him 2 silver. Hey, have a coffee, mate.
Thanks, bud.
No worries. Hey, why is it so cool here? Like, why haven't the Empire come and like shut down all the cool magic stuff and made it all boring and sad?
Oh, well, they did come through and kill the mayor.
Oh, what the fuck?
Ooh.
When was
Yeah.
that?
They do that, yeah. That's,
Yeah, he
I'm
was a
sorry.
half elf, and half elf got him. Yep.
That's
I like bring my hair over my ears.
yeah. It's rough out here with the Empire sometimes. I mean, like, or unless you. What do you think of the Empire?
You know, he looks at you. He makes a charisma check to see if he can notice do you have a weird accent. Natural 20. He can tell you're just Stars by accident. And you ask that question. He's like, you know, he pauses. I'm a big fan. I think Censor
Right?
Krellis is really, really keeping it together.
I
You know,
look aghast.
gotta get rid of those subversives.
I'm gonna also make a charisma check to see if I notice that he's just saying this because he noticed that.
Yeah, you can pick up on the sudden change from like, oh, thanks, buddy, to like, straighten up. Yeah, of course, here's the party line. You've heard the party line so many times.
Right. Oh, okay, wait. How did Elijah navigate the situation? Hold on.
Because I'm confused right now.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, no. Big fan of the Empire myself, you know. Especially Krellis. Really cool. Right.
Censor Krellis, of course.
Censor Krellis, right? Can't forget that, because you wouldn't want to disrespect. You wouldn't want to say something like Censor Krellis is a piece of shit or something like that, right? You wouldn't ever want to say something, or like fuck Censor Krellis or something. You would never want to say something like that, right?
No. I'd never want to say Censor Krellis is
Right.
you know, an inhumane monster who destroys everything he touches. That would be factually
Right,
incorrect.
right, of course. Right.
He
You would never
civilized
wanna
this
say
place.
something- Yeah, absolutely. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he freed us from the Empire of Victoria, which was brutally oppressive. Now we're all independent. To be not oppressed, but brought under the new Farron
Right.
Empire. God, it's hard to keep track of all the empires these days.
you
Victorian
okay?
Empire, Farron Empire, Ferocity Empire. I hear there's even an Arcadian Empire that's coming out this way. Woo!
They gotta stop making empires. You know what I'm saying?
That's a lot
You
of boring
know.
old man.
Age of Iron
Yeah.
is over. Age of Empires is in.
I'll drink to that, and he takes another sip, and he like almost spits it out his mouth.
You all right there, buddy?
No, sorry. Some good beer they got here, right? That's, at least you can say that.
What brings you all the way out here from Just Stars Bay? You got a
Oh, right.
job to do.
No, yes, I'm an accountant. I oversee stuff, accounting stuff. You know, Just Stars Bay. I'm from there, but like,
What
I'm
about
not
you? Are
from
you also
there.
from Just Stars Bay?
I'm
He
not
says
from
to
Just
Ribbon.
Stars Bay, no. And do you know what? He's not really an accountant either. Not anymore. He's better than an accountant. He's an adventurer.
Super accountant?
No, he's an adventurer like me. We're adventurers. We're
A
explorers.
CPA.
You know?
Well, I am technically still an accountant, but I am employed by a party of adventurers, so to speak.
Well, you know what they say. There's no accounting for good taste.
He fake laughs at this joke that he's literally heard like 20 million times in his life.
We're looking for old magic. Stuff related to Ferris and the old empire.
Oh, you're that kind of accountant. Well, I think your lordship got it all when he was here last. You know, picked apart the library, took a this, took a little that. Yeah, his minions came around asking those same questions. Not minions, his agents, of course, came around and rounded up all that stuff back when,
Yeah.
you know, years ago.
Years ago.
You here to see if you missed anything?
No, we're not with him. Fuck Krellis.
Fuck Krellis, that's right.
That's what he's trying to. That's what we're trying to say.
Yeah.
You mentioned they killed the mayor, the half elf. Where is she buried?
Guy like shifts uncomfortably on the chair. This is exactly how people get killed. No? Agents say, "Oh no, we're not with the Empire. We say fuck it." Oh, you say, "Ah!" You know, you can see the thoughts playing through his mind. Is this a trap? And he looks at, but you know, you are. Did he recognize that you're a half elf? Did he see it? No, he didn't notice. He's like, well, the old mayor. God, was there even a body left? I don't know. I think.
Well, I'd like to pay my respects.
Shrugs. There's a cemetery in town. If she's buried here, she's buried there.
What was
Sorry,
her name?
if he's buried here, he's buried there.
What was his name? You don't need to actually look up the name, Neil, but I get the guy's name, so I go and look for his grave.
Yeah, his name was Dubin.
Dubin, the half-elf mayor. Mm-hmm. Maybe we could smoke a doob. The Dubin.
Beautiful.
All right, well, putting Elijah to shame, I finished drinking my double IPA. And I slammed the glass down on the table.
Thin, lithe ribbon of the Horticultural Society. Next, the double IPA.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've got 18 constitution now. Like, ever since that incident with the gods, I'm not getting drunk so easy. So I need to start drinking early and I need to start drinking fast.
Oh, how does Riven feel? Like, clearly you can handle it. Is this a flavor you enjoy? Do you like the really strong, dark, bitter stuff, or is this an acquired taste for you?
I think, it's just I feel like Riven's a small town person and never really had huge ambitions in terms of what they're going to do in their life. And this is just like a whole new world of experiences, and they're quite a sort of positively minded person. So it's just a case of exploring new things. Don't think we've had a beer like this before. Tastes fucking good. Feels good.
Nice.
I'm going to drink it, and I'm going to go buy some like pink leather belt or something in this shop over here.
Nice.
So I say to Elijah, like, oh, well, you guys are getting on swimmingly. I'm just going to go over the road and buy something, all right? I'll be back in a minute.
Right. Don't get caught by the Empire.
Hey! I head over to the leather shop, Neil. I think Riven wears a leather belt. It's probably just a plain brown leather belt. I would like to try and get something a little bit more snazzy. Something a bit of a brighter color. This guy's got dyed leather, right? Mm-hmm. I'm thinking, something that catches my eye. So, I don't know, maybe a yellow or a red or a pink or something like that. Something with a nice buckle.
Yeah. This guy's got all sorts of stuff for sale. Belts are one of the many things. It comes in multiple colors. You'll even recognize that same color dye that they were harvesting Valencia used here to sort of saturate these to bring out the bright purples.
Yeah, actually, now I'm thinking about I want like, can I get a green belt?
Yeah, it'll be like an olive green. Mm-hmm.
That's good. Is there any chance that he's got a buckle that's vaguely horticultural themed? Like a flower or a vine or something like that?
No, the buckles are all mundane, but he tells you that if you can go to any good old city like Alder that's got a good smith and you can just change out the buckle on your belt.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much for this
Adler, not
lovely olive green belt?
It's 5 silver. Yeah.
Yeah, I hand him the 5 silver.
Nice.
You want to buy my old one?
No, that's good. But if you just need to get rid of it, I can reuse it for scrap.
Yeah, all right. I give him my old belt and I replace it with this nice new one.
Great.
And then, is there any matching olive green leather boots as well?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm buying them too.
All right.
How much is that?
They're stylish, tall boots that come up, midway up your leg. Not quite knee high, but tall boots.
Yeah. How much is that? More expensive than a belt?
They're 4 times the price.
So what, 20 silver?
Yeah, 20 silver, 2 gold.
Sweet. All right, I come out feeling $1 million.
Nice.
And I go back to the bar and see how much of Elijah's drink he's got left.
He hasn't taken a single sip since you left.
I order another drink.
Probably just been making like small talk with the guy.
Yeah.
I think Elijah's not really sure what to even ask to find out about magic stuff. So instead he's just been, what do you do?
I work for security for the mines.
Security
night shift.
Right. Yeah, no, I read about the mines actually here. And he just makes like the most boring fucking conversation possible about like the output of the mines and the No, yeah, security. That must. I imagine that's pretty. I mean, you ever get into like a fight?
It's my job to get into fights.
Right. But like, usually I imagine a lot of it is just like, standing around. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's important to have someone standing around who might be able to take a fight. But you know how it is for me as an accountant. Like my job is also to account, but a lot of it is just sitting around.
Mm-hmm.
But Elijah here is a really good fighter,
I mean,
Really?
I mean, I dabble in fight. It's more of a hobby, but
You don't look like a great fighter.
The first day I met him, he killed 2 goblins.
Really?
It was small goblins. To be fair, it was, but I did get him pretty good, didn't I? I did.
You did get him, yeah. You read him right through.
Was it 2?
They
Was
squealed
it 3,
and everything.
Maybe. I feel like I remember.
It might have even been 3.
I think it might have been 3. Yeah.
Well, you're the accountant, right? I don't know.
True. Yeah. That's true. I think I might have counted 3. Imbued with confidence and his 18 dex, Elijah attempts to it would be acceptable to be carrying around your rapier in the streets, right? This wouldn't be like a
There's
open
no
carry
walls.
state here. Yeah.
Yeah.
He attempts to do a cool little flip,
Like a flourish.
like a flourish and then like a flip and then catch it in the other hand, that kind of thing.
Woo!
Nice.
Let's go! Yeah!
I'll give you a dex check.
Please.
That's pretty good.
Oh, excellent roll. Yeah, the blade tosses hilt over tip. You catch it, put it away very quickly and easily, and the guy like puts together his hands and gives a little clap. I can't ever say I've met a boring accountant who was good with swords.
I mean, it's whatever. It's the numbers that I really like, but the sword, it's kind of, and the way it moves through the air, it kind of is like seeing the numbers on the table, and it's all kind of, there's a connection there that you can kind of only get when you do both, So maybe I, an accountant who become really good at fighting, maybe you as a fighter can become really good at accounting. I'm just saying there's a lot of possibilities for us out there, and maybe sometimes even as in your advanced age as you, which I'm not old or anything.
I actually
right?
got to get going. I was just here for a quick drink and love the story. So nice to meet you too. Good luck
Right.
with everything. But
Thanks, buddy. Nice to meet you. Go and get that coffee, yeah.
I'm
Maybe we'll
going.
cheer
That's where
up.
I'm headed. I got to wake up.
Yeah. All right.
What a lovely guy.
He was nice, yeah. You
Yeah.
seemed like you had a lot in common.
Right. Yeah, no. I agree. The people here are nice. This is a nice city.
Is it not like this in Just Us Bay?
Oof. I mean, it can be. There's some nice places. They got some nice beer in there and stuff, but like, I'm not gonna lie. And he like recounts all the nights in Just Stars Bay that he's just sat alone in a tavern just to not have to go home to his wife and kids and just had like one drink after another. There's a lot of cool people there, but like a lot of also like you don't really want to join a lot of those groups, and it's like they're all a little bit more posh and a little bit less open. They don't really, and he thinks back to him literally never talking to a single person at the bar ever, because all he wants to do is like be left alone. It's like when you like openly go to the people in Just Stars Bay, they don't really like respond to you, right? They don't respond to you in openness. They're just kind of like, leave me alone. I just want to be with my beer or whatever. Like, it's kind of more like that, I like it here a lot for that.
I guess, when you come from a town with a lot of people, in a way, you're more alone, because no one knows each other. Whereas back on Aknara, I know everyone on the island. Like, wherever I look, I see friends.
Right. Like, intelligence check. I don't remember a single name from, like the one, the one with the hair and the.
Oh yeah, what's the name of the guy that Elijah killed? Oh wait, no, I know about that though, so I wouldn't say that. Yeah, like Rosie, Rosie's great.
Right,
Yeah,
love Rosie.
She's slowing down these days, but she's such a sweet lady.
Love Rosie.
She makes these peach jams in the summer, and you go around there, and she's made her own bread and everything. and got some butter from David.
Oh my, David, love David.
Yeah, David with the cows. Yeah, he's
right.
great.
Yeah, he's
good with the cows though, because sometimes cows can be like a bit sort of miserable and sad. But when you go David's cows, they're always like so happy to see me.
the happiest cows I've ever seen in my
Really
life,
happy
David.
cows,
Yeah. And
I kind of miss home now. I wonder. I bet the jam will be just getting ready now as well. Anyway, you should finish your drink, Elijah. Come on, we need to get going. I say as I drink I finish my second beer.
he tries to do a thing where he like pretends to take a big sip and like puts it down like kind of slowly so it's not noticeable. It's like, good beer they have here. Really good beer.
Yeah. Well, you mind if I have some of yours?
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Go for it. Yeah, no.
I drink the whole, there's like 3/4 of that. I just drink it. All right,
It
let's
goes
get going.
down smooth. The party heads back down the burnt orange bricks of odds to explore the town with your new green belts and boots. There's plenty to see here. You will fairly quickly, as you're going down the streets, come across a shop called Hollyberry. Although, Riven, you can't read it. Outside, there's a sign that says Hollyberry, and the same sign has... That's Halle Berry. This is like the berry on a holly plant. It's a holy symbol, bro. Right. There's a sign out front that has engraved on it like a wand over a potion. The wands at an angle and the potions there.
That looks magic.
That looks magic as hell.
All right, let's go in. You want to get serious? Let's act all serious.
Right. What's the plan? We're interested in magic, but we're not wizards, or are we?
I don't know. I'll tell you what. You take the lead.
Okay, I got this.
Yeah.
You approach the shop.
I have my hands behind my back, and I sort of look curiously at the things on the shelves while Elijah can go ahead.
Sitting outside the shop are two security guards, let's call them. They don't have any armor, but they've got short swords at their side. There's a little table out there. They're sitting at it. They give you a look as you come in and like a nice smile and a nod, like letting you know that they see you. And as you come into the shop, you'll notice that it appeared to just be open windows is actually like full paned glass windows that hold the shop together, allowing you to view in or out. Glass here is very expensive. There's not a lot of places that have glass. It has to be imported from pretty far away.
Do we have any glass in Arcanara?
Oh, maybe like a bottle here or there, but not really.
Even
it's only
the town
made.
hall doesn't have glass windows.
It's just there's no point in importing. Yeah, it comes from either Just Stars Bay or Terrador, so it has to be floated in from far, far away. Yeah, and you just don't need it. It's a luxury that your people can't really afford.
Is there a check I can make to see if I recognize if this is Just Stars Bay glass?
Oh, yeah, but you're gonna. Let me see your skills. I don't think you're equipped for this, but there's always a chance, man. Give me a. Give me an intelligence check at -5.
Oh, wait, I'm gonna attempt to argue against the -5 here.
Okay.
Not for no disadvantage, but I feel like a glass made in two different places is going to look distinctly different. Maybe he wouldn't know how different. Maybe he's never seen the glass from the other place before. But he's spent a lot of his time in the past decades looking out of windows instead of working. That is like the primary thing that he does. Is if he was lucky enough to get an office with a window, which I feel like he would sometimes get, especially in the later years, he would be looking out of a window a lot. And I feel like you would, that would burn itself into your memory, the way that a glass is stained and looks and feels. And
But is there that much variance in glass? It's clear, right?
Yeah.
Maybe some bubbles.
Yeah. I don't know much about ancient glass. Maybe I feel like it wouldn't be as perfect as we have it today, right?
But
Certainly
if Elijah
not.
assumes that there's differences and there isn't, And this therefore looks like the same glass that you're used
That's
to.
true.
You might be convinced that it is just Stars Bay glass.
Yeah.
This looks just like the glass back home.
Yeah, exactly.
Make your check. Make an int check. I'll modify it. This does look like it comes from Just Stars Bay. It looks familiar.
Right.
It's got the same like small bubbles in the bottom, that slightly trapezoidal vibe to it. You know, the bottom side is thicker than the top. Yeah.
It reminds me. This is good. Look at this, Riven. This is Just Stars Bay craftsmanship. Okay, right there.
Ooh, yeah, look at that. Do you know what? I didn't even notice that. I reach out to touch it. Wow, it's so cold.
It's beautiful, right?
Yeah.
They don't make it like this anymore, you know?
They don't?
Not anywhere but in Just Stars Bay, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, I bet this guy paid a pretty penny for this.
Like how we came into a magic shop and the most interesting thing we're looking at is the
fucking window.
yeah, let's look around. Let's see what's up.
Yeah.
Is there someone behind the desk? Yeah.
Absolutely. So the inside is not quite department store vibes. Like you do have like a big open area in the middle with a nice carpet and a table that's empty, but it has like a cloth over it. And on the very sides, there are some shelves with some jars of like low-level cheap components, you know, newt's eye, some bark, some metal filings, that sort of stuff. But all the good things sit behind the counter. There's way more space behind the counter than there is in front of it. And there is a young, pimply-faced lad who must be like 18, 17, 16 years old, standing behind the counter in a nice blue suit with a little tie. And his hands on the counter, watching the two of you come in. There's one other customer in here, and one like proper bodyguard who's got chainmail on and a long, short sword at his side, who's just standing by the front door, out of the way, keeping an eye on things, but like, you know, just being by himself. In the jars along the walls are all sorts of little oddities and trinkets, here and there and everywhere. And behind the counter, you can see rolled up scrolls, you can see books, you can see jars filled with weirder stuff. Like that looks all sparkly in there. And those are definitely eyeballs sitting in some sort of fluid right next to like a blind creature that is like crawling around on the inside of a container all over the place. There's a lantern hanging from the ceiling that emits no warmth and its light does not flicker, but it sort of fills the room with a gentle yellow glow very nicely and casts no shadows around, or few shadows, you know, nice diffuse light everywhere. Yeah, the other person in the area wears white robes, like the white robes of a classic wizard, like you would have seen before, Elijah. Not you, Riven. You would have heard of the white or the black or the red robed wizards. This is a white robed
elves
wizard.
not have adhered to that? So I would have seen wizards surely in the Elven Forest.
I think you would have seen wizards in the Elven Forest, but they do not adhere.
Yeah.
Those in that forest did not adhere to the robed orders.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. That guy looks so much like a wizard.
He's got bags hanging from his waist.
Yeah.
Greetings, sir.
Which, sir? The boy behind the counter or the other wizard in the shop?
Oh, good question. No, the wizard that Riven pointed out.
Yeah, the wizard turns towards you. He's late 20s. His eyes gaze over at the two of you. Greetings.
It's a pretty good collection they have of items here, wouldn't you say?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Or like I mean, I think it's good, right? Comparatively.
Mm-hmm. Well,
right.
There's not a lot of magic shops around.
Right.
Come all the way to odds for it.
Right. Kind of have to. It's not really. You don't have much choice when it comes to these things. Right? Well, it's one of those things that I've been thinking about. You know, is like when there's only like one magic shop, there's not a lot of. Listen, I do a little bit of economics. There's not a lot of competition sometimes, so they can kind of get away with not giving you the best selection sometimes. But this one, right? He looks for a reaction.
I'm not really sure what you're trying to say. Did you need something from me?
No, I'm just just making conversation with a fellow and enjoyer of magic. But
He
it
looks
seems
at
like
you.
you're,
He sees the rapier at your side. He gives you an up and down. He sees your like red robes, but not like wizard robes, just like regular robes. Right. Yes. Well, I have much to do, if you don't mind. And he picks up a jar that has like lots of little bits of fleece in it. And he's like looking at the different fleeces, and he undoes the jar and he starts like moving fleece around, inspecting each bit, puts it back, goes over to another jar that has like just a sort of liquid, and he looks at it without opening it, ignoring it entirely.
Go over to Riven. That guy's kind of an asshole.
Does he work here or?
I can't really tell.
You seem like, yeah, he was like looking you up and down and stuff. I don't like the way he was doing that.
Yeah, is it? Do I have something in my? Is there something wrong with my?
No, I go up to him. I point like I sort of like finger his back. Hey, Mister.
Looks around.
They've got like whole sheeps out there with loads of fleece. You don't need to buy it some fancy jar.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm. There's black ones and everything.
Are we having a problem?
No. No, sorry. No. Sorry.
No problem at all. No.
Yeah, go back to what you were doing. No, it's fine. I look at
eyes
the
you
guard
with
and I
suspicion.
roll my eyes and sort of like motion to the guy behind me.
Yeah.
I pick up a jar of another thing near him.
Tiny little bells, a whole jar of tiny, well-crafted bells attached with very fine silver wires.
Can
open
you
the
give a
ticket, I
dex
start
check
ringing them.
to see if you get a natural one and drop? Because it would be really funny if
Yeah.
you dropped the jar full of bells.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't drop it. It's a bit
No.
clumsy though.
Yeah.
Maybe I drop one of the bells.
Yeah, the bell falls to the ground, the bing-da-da-ding.
Oops.
You can pick it up and put it away.
Yeah, I'll put it back.
The young lad behind the counter, after observing all of this, calls out, is there something in particular you're looking for? Perhaps I could help you.
Yeah. I sort of grab Elijah and we walk towards the front of the store. Yeah. Are you a wizard?
My name is Hermit. I am the assistant here in Holly's shop.
Oh, it is Holly's shop.
Is
It's
Holly
called
the wizard?
Holly Berry. These are her berries. Her name is Holly. This is her shop.
Oh.
Gotcha. Okay. So
Yeah. So what's your like speciality here?
Customer service.
right.
Cool.
Is there? But you don't do like magic, right? You just work the magic of customer service.
Well, I'm not an illusionist, if that's what you're saying. I can give you the best deals in town.
Do you sell
Right.
anything that's like actually magic? Or is it all just like weird bells and bits of sheep? And eyes?
Oh,
which
you're
I
looking
assume
for
are sheep
magic
eyes.
items.
Or
Well,
potions or something else. Cool. I
Those
don't
are
know.
magic items, he says.
right.
Yeah. Okay, sure, yeah. You got any of them?
No.
Oh.
No magic items for sale whatsoever, but we do sell you all the things you need to make your own.
Right. Yeah, no, of course. But, and obviously, no magic items for sale here, right? But if someone were to sell magic items, which would obviously not be allowed, but like maybe from, in a way that's maybe just like hypothetically, right? If there was magic items somewhere, like somebody would probably want to sell them, right? Like that seems like a good business model. So where would they hypothetically, be sold? Back room or?
If someone had their own magic items that they wanted to sell, I don't know what they would do. That seems... Why would you sell them? I guess you
point.
could, but
Make a lot of money. I have a
if you
friend who
have a
sells
magic
fertility
item,
totems.
you don't need money, probably.
Huh.
When was the last time a poor person had a magic item?
We've got a magic item.
You do?
I'm poor.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got
What's
a
your
potion.
magic item? The kid says.
It's a potion.
Really?
Yeah.
Would you
wanna
like
see
to
it?
sell it?
Well, you just said there's no point, right? So
Well, hang
I
on.
guess not.
How much we talking here?
Yeah.
Well, what type of magic potion is it? Now the wizard in the white robes has perked up and put down the jar of fleece and is looking at the two of you.
It's a healing potion.
Mm-hmm. Did you
You don't
make it
believe me?
yourself?
No.
Mm-hmm.
You want to show? I elbow. Show it to him.
I take it out. Show it to
Yeah.
him.
Not laughing now, are you? Yeah.
Pretty cool, right?
See that? We're a bigger magic shop in this whole place.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's a real healing potion, you two. Is there anything I can help you with?
If you can't even tell a healing potion when you're looking at one, I'm not sure you can help us with anything.
Yeah, you might not be in the... I look at the wizard that we just talked to. Sir, you can detect magic, right?
I don't know. You might need some bits of sheep or something.
Right. Well, he's got plenty of that here. Maybe he needs some
That's
bells
true.
too.
Yeah.
The kid breaks his shopkeeper appearance. Okay, look, guys. If you got nothing to fucking do, just get the hell out of here, all right? This is a serious place for serious spellcasters. If you're just going to look around and talk shit, you can go. We don't have time for your amateur hour.
Oh, that's how it is it? You see the way I'm dressed? You see this belt, these shoes? You gonna talk to me like that? Look at the state of you. Look
Do you
at
want to buy something?
How
Well,
much
if
are
you
you gonna
had
pay me
something-
for my healing potion? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
I don't want to buy your fake potion.
It's not fake. It's
If
not.
you know
Yeah,
I'm
anything
telling
sure
you.
about
it's
magic,
not.
obviously you don't want to... I mean,
Go
you
and
said
get
there's
Rosie or Holly or whatever.
no... Yeah. Get Holly.
Yeah.
He looks at the guard. He looks at you. He looks at the wizard in
I
white.
forgot about the god.
Listen, kid.
Come on, guys. Can't you just be cool? Like,
Listen-
okay, yeah, sure. Go in, laugh at the wizards. Ha, ha, ha. But, like, come on now.
Kid, listen. I'm not trying to... I'm trying to be cool here. I'm just saying... You think this is a fake magic potion, right? But you also
Yeah.
know that there's a chance that it's real, right? Even if it's slow. But, like, you obviously can't tell whether it's fake or not. Holly probably could tell. If Holly heard that somebody was willing to sell a healing potion for a very fair price, I might add, and she hears that you sent those people away without even considering, without even consulting her, do you think he's gonna like that?
I think she's going to bite my head off if I bring her all the way out here and it's another fake potion from some snake oil salesmen who are coming through.
Man,
You don't seem like serious business folk.
we're just not your typical kind of magic guys, you know?
Wait. Okay. Wait. We don't seem like serious business folk? Okay.
It's the most serious business folk you ever saw.
I want to make a either mathematics or administration check to give my best estimate of the daily revenue of this shop.
Ooh, that's definitely an administration check. Yeah.
That's badass.
Now, this is a difficult one because this is a niche,
Fuck.
niche industry that you're not particularly familiar with. And
Not
you
got a lot
roll
of data
a
either.
modified 16. You look at this place and you're like, I actually have no fucking idea.
So I just throw out a random number. Kid, would a serious business person know that a place like this makes approximately plus or minus 10% 5,000 gold a day?
Come on, guys.
All right, fine.
Cut to
We'll
us
leave.
walking out of the shop. I was like, listen, I really thought that those bells were worth more. Okay, I messed it up in my head. It was
That seems like a lot, 5,000 gold
I
a day.
carried a zero wrong in my list. It happens. Okay,
It's easy done, you know? You've been drinking.
that's true. That's probably it.
We shared them, though. That's a real potion.
Yeah.
Does the guard give us any aggro on our way out?
No, not at all.
I say to the guard, you seem cool as we leave.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
The
this
guard just gives you a polite.
some magic shop is Riven. I don't think.
I tell you what, though.
Do wizards even do real magic?
Not like us. I don't know. I'm not sure that I've ever seen one of them cast a spell. Well, there was Smell Mattelwin cast some spells, I think.
Yeah, that's.
But he was lying, you know. I think there was a real magic item in there. You see that lantern?
Right.
That wasn't a real lantern.
Yeah.
I've seen those kind of things before. The elves have some similar stuff to that, like magic light.
Right.
That'd be cool.
Well, I mean, like, you think he just meant it wasn't for sale?
Yeah, well, I think he's not very smart, you know.
Maybe. I wish we
If he
could have
was
talked to
smart.
Holly.
He'd be a wizard. Yeah. I bet we could. We've probably screwed it up in there now. Let's find another one, and maybe we
Right.
should like do a demonstration of our magic.
Right.
Yeah. And then she should come out, you know, right? Holly, not Holly, but like Scarlet Johansson Berry or something.
Right. Let's go to the next magic shop. The Scarlet Johansson.
Yeah.
You walk through the town. You see many a sights. There are quite a few leather workers in here. It's not just that one shop. And a bunch of brick makers everywhere. And there's scribes, and there's a little like a stationery store here that deals in like translators and scribes and messengers and books and pens and quills and
Nice.
inks of all kinds.
My heart drops when I see this store because I know that Elijah's gonna want to go in and spend like an hour in there.
And I look at you, and I look at the way you're looking at me.
No. When you look to me, I put on a smile and like, wow, look, that place looks cool.
It does. Those pens do look pretty cool. I'm
Look
not
at all
gonna
those
lie.
different types of pens they've got.
And he goes in, and you've never seen him like this. He is like a kid in a candy shop. He's like, "Oh my god, oh my god, is that an actual book press?
This is the real magic. Look at this place.
Holy shit! What's the most expensive pen that they sell?
Oh shit. That
There
could be crazy.
is the most expensive pen for sale. You can ask the guy there, and he'll bring out to you this like it's you know how pens come from like quills originally. This comes. It's a quill off of a baby giant eagle. So it's still like a thick quill and is like yay long, you know, it's like 1.5 feet, 2 feet long. But the tip has been refined with like a little metal device so that it'll actually properly hold the ink and everything. But you get to write with this like almost novelty size, giant, oversized, baby giant eagle feather pen. That'll hold enough ink in a reserve that it won't like come out very easy for like 30 pages. So you don't have to keep refilling it every dip. And on top of that, the metal work on the tip is real nice. You want a hard metal so it won't deform, but not so hard that it just completely rips through everything and mars the surface under which you work. So you actually kind of want like, you know, something in the silver copper hardness range.
Right. Okay. How much is it?
This, well, I mean, it's not for the traveler. You know, it's too big. It'll break in your backpack.
Oh,
But if you're,
I have an idea for it.
well, it's a one-of-a-kind thing. It's 30 gold.
30 gold.
Jesus Christ.
Never mind.
Yeah, I
Did
didn't
you like
think
a smaller
so.
one?
One of a kind, really? There's only one feather on that baby eagle.
There's only one feather that was bought and turned into this quill.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. But is,
I
is
wanted
there like
to
a
buy a
smaller
big,
one?
ridiculous hat with it, and like,
We could get like a different one though, Elijah. Like one that you could take with you though. Do you have like one like that, but that's like smaller, like a baby? I don't know, like a different kind of bird.
Elijah has a pen, and it's a pen that he's been using for a really long time. It's very weathered. It's very like, it doesn't really properly work anymore, you know?
Yeah, we should get you a new pen.
I always do this. I go in here, I look at all the pens, and then I'm like, I don't really need it though.
Yeah, but fuck
And also,
it, you know?
like, what am I doing that's so important with it? I'm just writing down some numbers. I can do
thing
that
is-
with any old pen.
Elijah, like anything that we really need, Cedric's gonna buy for us. He's got so much money. Like he could actually buy that giant eagle pen. I'm not saying that we'd be able to get him to do it, but what I mean is if we waste our money on a pen and then we need to buy rations or something, Cedric will buy them for us, so we're fine. Let's just do it. Let's buy the pen.
Listen, what if I
You
lose
don't
it?
want it?
What if I get a really imagine I buy a really nice pen. It's really nice and I enjoy it so much. And then somewhere in our travels, in some fight, when I get knocked down again, or we're just climbing down some hole, and I lose it, I'm gonna be so sad. Why would I buy something that's just gonna make me sad at the end? Why not just keep this pen that I can write with anyway?
You never lost that pen.
I guess I didn't.
You've had it for years, you said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it's just.
I turned to the shopkeeper. We'd like to see some of your modestly sized pens, please.
Of course. You can be shown to some nice 1 gold pens that are smaller, more portable, more durable, metal case and bodies, no feathery attachments. Yeah, much more reasonable.
I have 1 gold piece. I would like to buy Elijah a pen.
Aww.
I would like you to pick which of these 1 gold pens you would like, and I will give you my 1 gold piece for it. It's a gift, Elijah. For all those, if you hadn't been around, those goblins would have killed me and all my friends. It's the least I can do.
All right, I'll pick one, but I'll get you back.
Yeah, sure.
Absolutely.
No worries. And plus, I had half your beer.
It was a good beer too.
Yeah.
He looks at the pens. Is there one that has any red on it? Any like red that could be matching my robes, maybe?
Absolutely. They come in different cases. One of them has little red bands of some sort of red metal that has been wrapped around it to give you like a nice solid grip on it.
Sweet.
Because I think which spell was it? Is it burning spray that I can shoot from? Didn't I have a spell that could shoot something from metal?
I think let me spell sorcerer, elementalist, burning spray.
From his palm or implement?
From an elongated wieldable object made of wood, metal, stone, glass, or gemstones. Yes, natural materials. Spraying
When
fire
you
from
cast it, you can say, like, if it was a video game, you could be like, the pen really is mightier than the sword.
But that'd be like your one voice line that it says
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
and over again.
Yeah.
When you
Yeah.
spam it in animation cancel, he goes, the pet.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna. Is it okay if I test these for a second?
Of course, they bring out a small piece of scrap papyrus for you to write on. You can see other people have written their signature over and over again on it in different inks and different pens.
He starts writing, and he notices how fucking shitty his pen has been. You know that feeling when like there's like you've been driving your shitty car for years, and you sit in a rental once, and you're like, wait, the clutch doesn't like I don't have to like fucking full press to do, and it's heaven. It's like, oh my god. And he starts writing and writing and writing. And then he starts doing like how he would imagine he'd be doing like a burning spray with it, you know? Kind of imagining he's kind of getting lost in the moment right now. And there's just this guy at the thing making like moves.
Nice.
And it's perfect. I'd like this one, please.
1 gold, please.
I hand them the 1 gold.
All right.
You,
He'll take the
business
one
with you?
back that you have and produce another one that's basically identical but isn't already filled with ink, so it doesn't like fall out all over your bag. And this one, fresh tip on it and everything.
Do you think Riven looks at the piece of test? Oh wait, Riven can't read. Okay.
No.
Yep.
Well, then the audience will never know what Elijah wrote there.
Alas.
Well,
I'd have to
party.
have cast that spell.
Comprehend
Comprehend
languages.
languages. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, we walk out. I sense a sort of fleetness in Elijah's steps as we leave, and it warms my heart. We head back out to the street.
Got
What
a
is
new
it that
pen,
you want
got a new
to?
outfit. Yeah.
What is it that you want to do in odds? Like we can shop, we can go about, but is there anything else that you're looking for? Any
Well,
secrets? Any information?
I am enjoying the shopping. I do think that we should. Personally, I think that we should kind of explore talking about our magic to another wizard. I feel like when we talked to Selma Tailwind about it, we actually got quite a lot out of that. So I'd like to find an actual wizard that we've not pissed off.
Yeah.
That's why I think we should find a different store and maybe do a demonstration.
A wise one, someone who's respected, maybe. There's people in like robes walking around and stuff like that, right?
We also know.
Spend
about,
enough time, you will run into some wizards in the street. Absolutely.
Yeah. I think we should just ask some of the robe people who like the most respected or like wise wizards are around here that would, be open to talking to us, answering some questions about it. We're travelers from far away, we have questions about magic. We have some stuff. I'm sure there's someone here who can help us out, right?
Yeah, what did Smelma say? She was like, the old school of magic or something?
I don't recall that. That sounds like something she would say, though.
She said something like that.
I definitely remember that she said, "Oh no, stop! You guys are way stronger than me. No, stop beating me." But
yeah, okay. Well, what about that guy over there? He looks like a wizard.
Right.
Are we picking a random person, the first wizard that we're coming across?
No. This guy is like 9 out of 10 on the wizard scale. He's got a big beard. He's got a pointy hat.
Well, let me ask you a
100%.
pointed question that your characters would be well aware of, but maybe our players have forgotten. There are wizards of 3 different orders: red, white, and black. All of them are. These are just sort of the robes indicate your relationship with magic. White means you study magic to serve others. Red means you study it for the sake of study, and black means it's sort of not. I don't want to say quite self-serving, but like, you're doing it because it's good for you. It doesn't necessarily mean you're evil, but it's sort of like, this is my thing.
If red is like in the interests of study itself, they're the ones most likely to be kind of intrigued by our state of being.
And I think our plan is we don't want to just start asking any random wizard questions, but I think the one thing we definitely want to find out is like, is there like a respected person around here who would be open to hearing us out on some questions that we have. Elijah's line on this is going to be that he has encountered some strange magic users on his journeys, and he has some questions about what their nature might be. I think that might be a good angle, right?
Yeah.
Which is like a pretty obvious cover story, but like also I think Elijah figures that like if they're smart enough to figure out that he's actually talking about himself and still want to, engage in that conversation, then they're probably the right person to ask.
All right. Elijah, roll me a D10. Riven, roll me a D6. Okay. And Elijah, roll me another D10. And Riven, can you roll me a 2d4 minus 4?
Saw that coming.
Cool. You will come across a young man wearing red robes walking down the street. He's got a bunch of little pouches hanging from his hips. He's got a nice brand new staff with a bronze bottom on it and a small quartz stone clasped in the claws at the very top. He has a nice broad brimmed hat to keep the sun off of him, but it doesn't have like a big point. It's just sort of broad brimmed. And the robes are sort of like loose fitting and kind of sexy and sort of relaxed, like he's worn them all his life and they just like hang on him. Like you might hang on him. You know, he's a handsome young man.
Damn. Look at that guy. Let's go talk to him.
Bronze tip staff clacks down the road. Ta, ta, ta.
He probably knows what he's talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, look at his staff.
Slightly heeled boots make him just look a little bit taller, shape his legs ever so slightly, and give him a certain like clack as he walks.
We gingerly approach him.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, sir.
Almost overly polite, learning from our previous encounter.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I look at Elijah to see if he's going to start talking.
Yeah. He's gonna. Sir, we're so sorry to disturb you today, and if it's too much to ask, obviously, it seems like you have a lot of important things to do, so I won't be wasting your time. Me and my friend over here,
I am a busy man.
Oh, I could absolutely see that. Yeah. We were just wondering. We're travelers, and we've seen some quite inexplicable things regarding magic on our travels, and the City of Odds seems like there's a lot of wise and great wizards, such as you yourself must be, obviously. And we were just wondering if, I mean, obviously you are a very busy man, and you won't be able to. You obviously don't have time in your busy day to waste your time with random questions from travelers. But I'm sure
Please
maybe
get
somebody.
to the point.
Absolutely, sir. We were just wondering if you maybe knew somebody who we could ask these questions to, who might be the right person for us in Odds to talk to. Someone who understands a lot about magic and is willing and has the time to answer.
What sort of
such
oddities did
questions.
you see?
Well,
you see, we're from the islands in the center of the lake, and we were close to where the gods arrived, and we've been seeing some really strange things back home. Well, quite close indeed.
How close?
I'm afraid I wouldn't like to say on the streets. There's
Well, then perhaps we should retire to my study where we can talk in private.
I mean that sounds good to me. That sounds good
This
to
way.
me.
He turns quickly and begins to stride down the street towards a modest little house on the main road with a little garden and a halfling and a human within the garden, like tending to the new buds and flowers and whatnots that are starting to bloom and trimming the branches.
Elijah gives
we
like
could
an
just go
awkward
for one
nod
drink,
to the.
right?
Huh?
Yeah, we could just go for like one drink or something. Or like go and talk to him for a little bit.
Right. Elijah's very uncomfortable with the situation because it all went very fast. He's like, let's just see what this is all about. He's kind of looking at the halfling and the,
Let's play it cool. Yeah, I agree.
Right.
Okay, we wander in together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You come into this house, wooden beams all over the place, nice rugs here and there. They're a little old, they're a little worn. He brings you into a nice little parlor that has, windows without glass that open into the garden where the halfling and the human are currently working on planting some new bushes and trees. There's a little table here, and he goes over to a smaller table and brings you over some wine and some water and some nice glasses. And opens a cookie jar and places it before you. It's got chocolate chip cookies in it.
Oh, shit.
Chocolate is
I'd like to roll
important.
a wisdom check here, Neil, because my feeling is that this guy's too young to be a high-level wizard, and he's actually just some rich guy who's like cosplaying a little bit.
Yeah, give me your check.
Oof, unlucky.
He is young, and he does have some amount of money, but like not a lot. The carpets are a little worn. The house, he's definitely putting on airs a little bit. He's probably maybe not the best with his money if you're looking around at this place. Like, you're hiring 2 gardeners instead of doing it yourself. Are you really so busy that like you can't plant a tree yourself, dude?
Yeah.
But at the same time, he also has put in the effort to, like, the room that you're in has 3 books in it. books are rare. Books are hard to come by. Paper's expensive. And he does seem keenly interested in what you're talking about. So he might be new, but he also might be knowledgeable. Like he's got some resources that at his disposal. It's possible.
Okay. All right.
Elijah takes like a bite out of the cookie and thinks it's kind of okay, and then like he kind of realizes that there's like nowhere to put it. Like there's no like, so he just kind of is gonna awkwardly hold it in like between his two fingers the entire time as this transpires.
So, okay. I wait for the guy to sit down.
He sits. He motions for you to sit. You saw where the gods fell.
Yeah, well, we're from Aknara.
Yeah.
In fact, we are the wardens of Aknara, or at least we are wardens of Aknara. There are more of us.
I'm not familiar with that term.
Our order guards the secrets of the fortress.
The fortress?
That's right.
Yeah.
You know
might
what
have heard of
the
it.
fortress is?
No, we don't. We don't know where it is.
But you guard its secrets?
And even
We guard its
even if we
secrets.
did, that would be one of the secrets that we would guard, wouldn't it be?
That would be like the secret, really.
Right. So
Maybe that and how to open the gate. They'd be like the two secrets.
yeah.
It has a gate.
Well, no, I mean, like we couldn't say.
Interesting.
Yeah. But anyway,
Now, before
Things have
we
been-
go any
oh.
further, I'm so sorry to interrupt you. What you're telling me is an interesting story. Do you have any proof of any of the things you're about to share with me?
we can show you proof of the uniqueness of our situation. You'll see in time.
That
Would
we
it
could
would it be rude of me
do.
to ask for some evidence up front so that I can be assured this is worth my time?
Sir,
Yes.
if you'll allow, not to be rude or anything, but I feel like it's just fair. He's still holding the cookie. I feel like it would be just fair to, maybe tell us a little bit about yourself before we share such things.
That's true.
Well, you approached me on the street.
Well,
To be honest, friend, what we're looking for is to speak to someone of your order who is knowledgeable in the inner workings of magic and the histories of the Farron Empire and the origins of magic. I'm sure you're a learned man, but if you have a master or guildmates, perhaps,
Someone maybe a little bit. He does like a motion of like beard.
like a beard, you know, we'd prefer to tell our story once to the right
See.
audience, but I can give you proof if that's what you need to summon your colleagues.
Well, here in Odds, there's not a unified order. It's not like being in Valesburg, where there's a grand tower and an education system.
Yeah.
This is more of a gathering point for like-minded individuals. I have bought some property here because I wish to have access to the library.
Great
so
library.
I'm moving here, moving here permanently myself. But there's not quite an established meeting point of great minds. The most powerful spellcaster in all of Odds is the mayor, Regina. Arc Regina, technically. Following that would be Lord Horowitz. He owns the quartz mines, and then Lady Holly, who owns the magic shop in town.
Right.
Those would be the three most powerful casters in the area.
Does Arc Regina, does she Regina, right? So it's the accent, Just Stars Bay. I don't know if you could. Does she grant audiences?
Sometimes.
Perhaps we could
Depends
tell
on
you
the
some of our
nature.
story,
Mm-hmm.
show you some proof, and between us, maybe we could get an audience. But I will ask, is this Arc Regina? I heard that the previous mayor fell on hard times at the end of a sword. Does this new mayor sympathize with the Empire?
Sorry, give me just one moment. Yes. The last mayor, Mayor Dubin. He was a half-elf. He ran this town. When the Empire came and conquered Ferodia, Odds was more or less left alone. Shortly after, Censor Corbin Krellis and his lackeys came here. They saw the mayor. He did not survive the encounter. I wasn't present. I've heard someone say it was a fireball. I heard someone say it was a disintegrate spell. I heard someone else say that he just simply had his head cut off by one of the warriors. I don't know the truth of the actual method of his death, but it is certain he was killed, and not for any good reason. I personally
nasty
suspect
stuff.
it's his half-elf nature. Lord Censor Krellis has been displeased at the elven resistance. Yes.
Well, the reason I'm asking is because is the current mayor aligned more with Krellis, or is the feeling and odds kind of against the expansionism?
Mayor Regina wears the white robes. She is most interested in preserving the city of Odds, the town of Odds, as it stands today. When Adler and the New Fair Empire arrived recently, last year, the year before, there was only mild resistance put up. When the first battles near the pass on the east side of town went poorly, she surrendered Odds and all the farmlands around it without more of a fight, so that the town itself would not be damaged or overrun. And she has since worked hand in hand with the warlords of Adler, giving resources, advice, knowledge, and whatever else is needed, moving over a sizable fraction of income of the city in order to preserve the peace here.
And is Adler aligned with the Empire?
They're subjects of the Empire, as we all are, but
Yeah. Well, anyway,
they cooperate with them.
politics aside, I suppose, the thing we're worried about is what we've seen, our story, so to speak, Fortress itself, really would be great interest to Corbett Krellis and his lackeys. And
Certainly
we'd be
would.
cautious to
he's-
share those details with someone who we couldn't trust. But at the same time, we are not necessarily learned folks in the ways of magic and the wider history. So I think what we really need is someone we can trust, who may be able to answer our questions and help fill in some blanks for us,
Well,
but someone who could be trusted.
Mayor Regina is the owner of the library. That's how she got the post as mayor. Once the old one was dead, wasn't clear who should succeed him, she stepped forward as a well-respected person, helped guide us away from the dangers that could have befallen. She has good in her heart. I would trust her to make the right decision. But I know she would put the safety of her people above all else, so...
Well, we won't ask for much, just some answers. If she's the owner of the library, surely she must be well read. Do you think that
Quite.
you could get us an audience with her. Appreciate you might need to see or hear some details first to avoid wasting her time.
I would certainly need proof of your claims and enough information that to tantalize her to get her to want more.
I look at Elijah and what do you? I sort of whisper like, what do you think? You think this is okay to do this without the others?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we're onto something here. And listen, I'm not gonna lie, Zephyr might be a little mad that I didn't show up to the library today, so we probably should bring something back.
Okay. Well, I can tell you one thing, and I can show you something else. How's that? I can tell you
Tell me.
the gods, 2 gods landed on Aknara. And they were Malchus and Martha. I saw them with my own eyes. And more than that, they blessed us personally. I've never been a wizard. I can't even read. And then
I'm an accountant from Just Stars Bay. I was all my life. I never had anything to do with magic. And now I can do this.
Yeah, go on. You cast something then.
I'll cast... Wait. Got the cookie in my hand. I cast Feather Falling on it and drop it.
Nice.
The cookie gently floats to the ground. He looks at you. Thinks back to the spell Featherfall.
Definitely needs
it's
a
just a
material
verbal
component. Oh, is it? Oh, maybe that isn't only a verbal spell.
It's a verbal only. He looks at you as you do that. I'm sorry, I'm having hard. You saw 2 gods come to Earth, and they blessed you with spells?
Yeah.
That's right.
Why?
I've been...
That's...
What did you do?
We're not sure.
Who are you?
We were just there.
I think we were just there.
Well...
What did
we're
it
the
look like when they
wardens
blessed you?
of Aknara.
Did she make the double circles?
Malchus winked at us.
Yep.
That's it? He just winked and voila, Featherfall?
Yeah,
God.
I mean, look at this. Just to sort of like settle his nerves. I'm hoping floating disc requires a component. I'll just like wink into existence a floating disc and then rest my drink on it.
It does. It requires a drop of mercury.
There you go, which would be hard to come by.
Yeah. And you make a motion, you say some words, but there's clearly no components in your hand.
Yeah.
As a 3-foot diameter disc appears in the middle of the room. He looks baffled. He goes over and he puts his weight on it. He sits on it and gets up and he walks around it a little bit.
I've only been casting spells for a few months now, and I know dozens.
Where was your mercury?
I don't know even. I don't know what that is.
This spell, it requires a drop of quicksilver.
Wait, do wizards need like... You guys need
Stuff?
like stuff to cast your spells?
My
We don't
hips
need
aren't decorated with bags for no reason.
We don't really need any stuff. It just seems to come naturally.
How did you learn Tensor's floating disc?
Who's Tensor?
The one who finalized the wording on this spell.
Oh. I should call it floating disc. I don't know. Like I said, it just sort of comes to me and I don't know. I woke up one day and I realized I could make a floating disc.
Wait, does Airspell number 1 have a cool name? A guy that it's named after? I just call it
What's
Airspell
Airspell number 1?
You know the cookie thing?
Featherfall.
Featherfall. That's a little...
It falls
like
like a feather.
That actually makes sense. I think that's a better name than Airspell number 1.
Well, but how do you know how many, like, how do you know which one was the first one that you used if you don't even number? That seems a little much. Airspell number 1 is perfectly serviceable, I think.
Arcane note-taking methods aside, this is... What did it look like when they... I'm sorry, I know I have a million questions, and you've told me you don't want to repeat the story 100 times.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yes.
I'm sure you do. All right, you think we can speak to the mayor?
Yes. I know someone who works in her office.
Are they trustworthy?
I can get a meeting with her if I need to. And then when I talk to her, I will convince her of the things you have told me, and I will get you. I'm certain. What do you know of the fortress?
We're still learning about that. Really, we're piecing things together, traveling around, trying to find information.
Do you know its location?
No.
If we knew that, we wouldn't be here.
Is the Archmage Ferris still alive?
Shrug. We only have little bits of information that we've found in ruins and relics.
We were
across the lake.
thrown into this thing just as much as you were just thrown into this conversation. We're just trying to figure out what's going on.
Okay.
You got to understand, my friend, that the slightest hint of uncertainty here or untrustworthiness will be out and you'll never see us again. We cannot afford this information to get in the hands of anyone we can't trust. This has to be kept in as small a circle as possible.
I will go at once to my friend in the town hall. Where are you staying in town? It may take some days for me to meet with the mayor, and some days after that. I don't know how long it'll take. Are you here for at least a few weeks?
Yes, our leader.
There's more of you.
There's 4 of us. The other 2 are not well, they're more like clerics. We're staying at the inn in town. The other 2 are in the library. We've been in the library these last days, trying to read about places to visit, Ferris's towers and locations of old cities and points of interest. You'd certainly be saving us some trouble if you could
Of course.
cut through the detail.
Of course. Today's Thursday, the 11th. Give me the name of your inn. I will come find you as soon as I have information for you. Yes.
I grab him by the arm and I'll give him the name of the inn. But I kind of like, you must understand how serious this is to us. We have to be able to trust you.
You're talking about divine magic and the greatest secret left on this plane. This is it. This is the Holy Grail.
Is there something of yours you could give us as a sort of insurance? That's your book.
Well, I cannot give you my spell book, but I can. I swear. By the 4 above and the 8 great, I swear. I will do everything I can to help you uncover these truths. And that does not. And that precludes assisting those who shall not be named.
You make that oath on someone blessed by the gods themselves. You should understand the seriousness of it.
I've looked into Malchus's eyes, and it wasn't for a while. It wasn't for long. But I saw that he's someone who you wouldn't want to anger.
No, this is the opportunity of a lifetime to play even a small role. He stands up and then like takes a knee in front of you two. I am Berenza the Red. I will aid you in this to the best of my abilities.
Okay. Well, we're staying at the Leaping Goat, or insert other inn name. I can't remember if we got a different
Crystal's
name.
Palace.
Crystal's Palace. We're staying at Crystal's Palace. We're in the 4 rooms on the top floor. Our leader's name is Zephyr.
Okay.
I am Riven, and this is Elijah.
Elijah Evans.
If we're not there, we'll be at the library.
Of course. I'm going to go to this town hall now. He gets up and he
Why safe, my
hurries you
friend?
to the door.
Elijah, as he's getting up, looks down at the cookie that he dropped and kind of considers picking it back up, and then kind of kicks it underneath the couch.
Nice.
I feel a little bit like when Caesar said the die is cast when he crossed the river. I feel a little bit like that. We've put something in motion here that could backfire, but hopefully
Could also help us out
plays
quite
out.
a lot. We might make some powerful allies. So
I think
that's
if
a gamble.
we had to appeal to the leadership of any one town, it's probably this one.
Yeah.
So
As you step back into the city streets, will both of you make me a wisdom willpower check?
yes,
Is that a nat 1 into a nat 20?
Oh.
That's crazy.
How do you explain that?
Riven heads into the town, thinking about the die is cast. We've crossed the Rubicon. There's no turning back. This is a big deal. Elijah, you look both ways before you cross the street. A habit from being in the big city where there's carriages that could crush you. Odds is not like that, but you develop these habits of looking both ways. And as you look both ways, look to your right, and you remember, and you see there's those 2 gardeners who were just outside the window who were planting trees and bushes, and there's no glass in that window. And you don't know if they heard anything you said or how much they heard. They're not looking at you right now, but there is a very non-zero chance that they overheard that entire conversation.
Riven,
Yeah.
and I motion my head at the 2 gardeners. I think they might have been around.
Oh shit. I go up to them and say, "Hey there."
The human halfling look up to you. Hello.
You guys all right?
Hey. Friends? How are you today?
Very well.
Right, me too.
How are you?
No, it's a beautiful day. Listen, what's your name?
The human says, "My name's Grace," and the halfling says, "Apple."
Grace and Apple. Nice to meet you. I'm Elijah. This is my associate. Riven, right? Just
Their hands like covered in dirt. There's a hole, and they've got like a bush in a burlap sack that they're about to put in the hole, and they're just kind of like sitting on the ground, dirt covered, trowels about them.
I mean, I'm trying to gauge throughout this conversation. I'm trying to gauge their reaction. Like, do they seem more nervous than they might otherwise be if they were just random gardeners who'd not overheard us?
Well,
we're
let's
blessed
have
by
this
the gods, we're
conversation and roll
wizards.
some charisma checks.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Elijah?
yeah, I just you guys obviously you guys work for him, right?
Mr. Berenza, of course.
Mr. Berenza, yeah. So, does he talk a lot to you? Listen,
About the grounds, of course.
right? Yeah, no. Listen. Okay, I'm gonna come clean here. We just met him, and we had a kind of important conversation with him, and we're not 100% sure that we can trust him. And we talked about some pretty important stuff with him, and it's that kind of situation where, you know, you get approached by a random person and then you kind of get involved in a conversation. Before you know it, you've said some things that you're like, wait, I don't even really know who the... You kind of understand, like, we kind of... And I'm kind of having cold feet, second thoughts. Do you think he is, like, generally a good person?
Of course.
Right. No, he pays you, and I'm sure he treats you well, but, like... would you trust him with, like, some important information?
What sort of important information?
I mean, I'm sure you kind of got a little bit of what the conversation was just about, right?
Excuse me?
Just, I mean, you're around the house and there's no... It's not exactly a secret chamber, and we weren't exactly being super quiet. Like, I'm sure you kind of got the gist of what we were talking about, right?
They kind of look together and quickly shake their heads no.
No.
Would the two of you like to make me charisma checks?
Yes, please.
Oof. Okay. Let me... 4 people involved in this interaction. Let me make some notes here. You come away from this...
well, hang on. We're still there, but...
That's true.
Tell us what you're going to say. I think the conversation's finished. I'm not going to walk... I've got something I want to do before I walk away, but...
Right, so, Riven, you... Between the 3 of you, you get the impression that they're probably lying. Riven, you get the impression they're definitely holding something back or being deceptive. Elijah, the halfling looks honestly like a little baffled to you, but the human is maybe like holding back. You've been lied to so many times, and usually you don't really care. You know, when someone's like, oh yeah, we totally picked all the bananas. It should be, oh no, you're, you know, the human seems to be maybe on the up and up, maybe not. The halfling seems to be fairly just like overwhelmed, and I just honestly...
What do you mean by on the open up?
Like, the halfling seems to be honest. He seems to be telling the truth. Like, he didn't hear shit.
Yeah, you said the human seems on the up and up.
I'm keep mixing up their 2 results. This is
Yeah.
the half. This is the human. Okay. Nope, other way around. Oh my god. Riven, you think they're lying. Elijah...
Both of them.
Yeah, you think they're both full of shit on some level. You know, maybe they're just holding a little bit back, or maybe they're completely telling the opposite of the truth. Elijah, you feel like the halfling's telling the truth, and the human is hard to read. Hard to read.
Shit. Okay. I think that I walk away and I sort of say to Elijah, I think they're lying. I think they heard.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I think the halfling's... I don't think he knows what's going on, man. But... that other guy? Grace?
I've got a good idea, though. Like, let's just go and find somewhere to sit down for a while.
Okay.
And Neil, I need to get some magic power back. I need 4 MP. So So I think that means I need 2 hours of like chilling.
Yeah. The party can go and sit somewhere for a little
I'd
while.
like to go
discuss
somewhere
what
where
you
we
wanna
can
do.
keep an eye on these guys, though. Like, is there a bar we can sit at where we can kind of see them?
For a
Or
little bit.
bench?
But they're like, if you can see them, they can see you. And also, they've got other things to do. So they're not going to be in that spot for 2 hours. They've got to finish these bushes. And then they've got to go work on the other side of the house. So you will eventually lose sight of them.
That's fine. If I see them go down the other side of the house, I think we stay
Yeah.
where we are.
Yeah.
Okay. Riven, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking that I'm going to just try and cast Charm Person on the two of them, and then go up and ask them to not tell anyone.
Can you cast 2 charm persons?
I can if I've got 12 magic power.
Okay.
It won't last forever, but it's probably enough for us to finish what we're doing in this town and leave, and then they won't have heard everything. Like, they might have heard parts of it, right? So I don't think they can destroy us if they've...
Should
even
we
if they
tell
want
this
to.
Bonanza guy about this?
Yeah, I think we should, yeah. Bonanza guy. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
he's,
so...
he's off for now, so we should definitely let him know next time we see him.
Yeah. 2 hours pass.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of wander over to the side of the house. I try and get a look on the back of the house, see if I can catch a sight of the two of them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. They're standing next to a shed having a conversation. I guess the
Yeah.
human is squatting next to the shed. The halfling is standing.
So from here, in 2 rounds, I cast Charm Person twice on both of them.
Okay.
And
You
then I'm
burn
gonna...
10 MP, I believe.
No, it's
12?
12,
12,
right?
yeah.
4 and 8, yeah. And then I'm going to walk over to them.
Yeah. You approach. They look up at you as you cross into the grounds of the gentleman's house.
Hey
Berenza.
guys. Just
Hey.
thought we should have a chat. I kind of know that maybe you did hear some of what we were talking about before.
It's a good servant's job not to listen, says
I know,
Apple, the
but
female
like
halfling.
like my friend said, you know, we were talking quite loud and we got a bit excited there. So I just wondered what you did here. I'd really appreciate it if you could tell me what you heard.
Just some conversation about Malchus and Martha coming to the world and you seeing them and them blessing you with magic.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's really important information. And if you told anyone about that, like, we might end up like Mayor Dubin. You know?
They nod.
Our heads cut off, strung up, burnt to a crisp. All manner of horrible things might befall us.
And all manner of things would befall us if we started talking about this, right?
Yeah.
If we say, we go around saying this, someone's going to come asking. Someone not
It's
very
not-
nice is going to come asking.
You don't want those people all over odds, you know? That's the last thing you want. But I understand that you might think that there's something to be gained for you by talking about this. I'm not necessarily a rich person, but I'd like to maybe help you out a little bit. And that way, you know, it's kind of win-win for you. You keep it to yourself. I
They
keep my head on my shoulders.
The human just starts shaking his head. I really wish I didn't hear anything. I don't want to get involved in anything.
Okay. You feel the same way? I say, crouching down to the halfling.
These are the problems of the big people.
Well, I know that your lord is a real good guy. You know, you said he was. He seemed like he was a good guy. That's why we told him that. We felt like we can trust him. So we're hoping to spend a little bit more time in odds. and we're gonna hopefully speak to your mayor. And I think that this can all just sort of stay between us.
Human and the halfling nod.
Okay, good. So you definitely won't speak about this to anyone, even like your wife or your husband. It's just best not saying anything because, you know, you understand how important it is, but other people might not. And, you know, loose lips sink ships, as they say.
You know, in this day and age of empires coming and going and great sorcerers and wizards doing all sorts of insane things, you know, you just got to keep your head down and pretend like you didn't see nothing, you didn't hear nothing, you didn't say nothing. Anyone who speaks up and starts getting involved, starts trying to make waves, well, you know what happens when you rock the boat. You all fall in.
That's true. Okay, good. Well, I know you might have seen us watching you. There's no trouble from us, you know. We don't want anything other than to sort of just work out why this happened to us and speak to your lord and the mayor and work some questions out. You got nothing to worry about from us. If you can keep this conversation between us and go about your day, then we're cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I offer a hand to the human.
He shakes your hand.
And I do the same to the halfling.
Halfling shakes your hand.
Martha,
They
be
both
with
look
you.
a little intimidated.
I say Martha be with you and put a hand on both of their shoulders and then give them a broad smile. And then leave.
They just look scared. They just look terrified.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. I think we've done all we can there. I go back to Elijah. I say, they did hear what we were saying and I think they're terrified though. I think they understand that nothing's good if they say anything about it. So hopefully we should be fine. Truth's going to get out eventually anyway, but the longer we can keep it quiet, the better.
Right. We still kind of have an advantage right now.
We need to be more careful going forward, though.
Yeah. I was thinking the same thing.
All right. Well, I think we should tell Zephyr, though. I don't think we should tell Cedric. You don't think we should tell Zephyr?
Well, I mean, listen. I think we should lead with the good news.
Oh, absolutely.
We potentially have a very powerful ally. And we basically got our group an audience with the mayor, potentially.
Yeah.
That's really good. Now, listen, I mean, like, if stuff comes if stuff comes back to us, if it comes out that, you know, rumors were spread or whatever, how would we even know that it came from Apple and Grace over here and then not maybe our friend
Bonanza.
Or, you know, anyone? How would we even be able, if it does come out? Sure, but like, I mean, what are we gonna do about it now that it's out there and we did our best we could to contain it, right? I just think it's more. Zephyr worries so much, and she has such a long list of things she needs to do and responsibilities, and as her right hand, it is kind of my job to take those things off of her back, you know, and I think this is just one of those things.
I know, but if we tell Benzino about it, he might bring it up, right?
Right. Yeah, and we probably should tell Bongino about it.
I'm just gonna have to name people like Tom, Dick, and Harry. Every time I give an NPC a weird name, it's Bongiorno or Smelma or Segma.
Oh, Bongiorno is even better. That's a good one.
Berenza.
We could not tell Bongiorno.
We could, but then, I mean, he would.
If we tell him, he might make it worse, to be honest.
Right.
Right?
And right now, the circle of information is us two and those two, and we're pretty reasonably sure that those two aren't going to say anything for a while. I think they made a pretty good case for themselves. So why expand that circle even further and worry people? Let's just, it's going to be fine, right? Like, right?
I think so. I guess what I'm worried about is that, it's a big secret. It's pretty good gossip. You might tell someone eventually.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't take long for it to get out from there.
But
I don't take this the wrong way, Elijah. I love you. I think the world of you. But maybe in some cases we need to be more worried about the mission and less worried about what Zephyr thinks of us.
I mean, I totally hear that. And honestly, a little bit of independence is good in that way, and responsibility and all that. I just, it's already probably shouldn't be here, I guess, but I mean, I just listen. I feel like I've worked really hard up until now to kind of fit in with you and I feel like Zephyr's just like starting to accept me, and she gave me this new job with all these new responsibilities. I'm just kind of scared of, fucking it up.
I hear you. And I guess, actually, I've been casting that floating disc spell everywhere. And we pretty much told all of this to that guy back in Valencia, right?
Right.
So maybe it's fine.
I think it's probably going to be fine. If you if a guy comes over to you, some gardener halfling, he's like, I heard a story of two guys that were touched by the gods and they became sorcerers. Who's going to believe you?
Okay. This one time, Elijah, this is between you and me, we won't mention it to Zephyr.
Right.
Okay, but if something like this happens again,
it won't.
My preference is to share it with the group, because I'm just, Zephyr's always, I don't know, she thinks she's so cool and important, but in reality, she's just kind of like a bit of a little girl, a bit immature.
Right.
And actually,
yeah.
Which is listen, I'm not asking, you don't need to join in. Just let me get this off my chest. She's always been really annoying and actually thinks that she's so clever and like she's in charge and like, oh, I'm the king of the wardens or whatever. But really, I don't think you need to be so scared of her, because she's getting killed by the Grell, and Cedric's just a fucking moron. Yeah. Like, if it wasn't for me and you, they'd have both been fucking dead.
Where would we be now? Yeah.
Well, we'd be sitting here having the same conversation. We'd be in exactly the same position, actually. Yeah. Except they'd be dead. So that's
if Cedric was here with us, he probably would have told the halfling directly. It's like, hey, we're touched by the gods, by the way. Oh, also, how hot is that human gardener, by the way? Does she have fat boobs, like, and just like kind of parading around, like.
Well, ironically, if Cedric was here, he'd probably be telling us to go and kill them right now. He's a fucking psychopath.
Yeah,
to be honest, he'd probably want to try
that guy
and eat the
outside the other city. I mean, that was a whole thing.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Yeah, I think let's just leave it. I think it's fine. I think it's gonna be totally okay. And if something does come back around, which it won't, but if it does, we can discuss we can cross that bridge when we come to it, right?
Yeah. All right. And let's not mention it to Blatro then.
Right. Yeah. I think Blatro doesn't need to know anything about this.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, you want to get another beer? We can go to a different place. We don't have to go to that same one.
I mean, it was good, but like we should check out different. I
know you didn't like it, Elijah. It's okay.
It was. Let's maybe check out a
beer. It's fine.
Yeah, let's check out a beer with. Let's check out a place with more like a classic.
A classic style. Yeah. Like a pilsner.
A big fan of that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go. All right. I think we go to a different bar and get a beer.
Yep.
And
now we're running short on session time today.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't know if you wanted to take this meeting with the mayor alone, or start the meeting with the mayor alone, or if you wanted to bring in the whole party to do this.
I think my feeling was that since it's going to be in a few days that we're doing it with the whole party, it feels like something
That's what I
worth
felt like
doing
was
with
happening
everyone.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
So
Well,
I
then
think
we're
that,
gonna wrap it up here.
yeah, I think that's where we wrap it up. I think we've had an eventful day.
Beautiful.
And we finish our day drinking, and then we'll
New
head
pen,
back to the inn that night.
new belt, new boots,
True,
a
yeah.
strengthened bond,
Yeah.
and hopefully some new allies.
Hmm.
I think we both know each other a little bit better after today.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Can I get each of you to roll me a d8, please?
Absolutely. Boom. Let's go.
Huge. We rolled for the amount of people that Grace
That they
told.
Yeah. We were in the pub like literally a few hours later, and someone comes up to us and say, "You'll never guess what we just heard." Neil's not laughing, so you might be right.
No. This is for how many days you have to wait to meet with the mayor, and the answer is
okay.
15 days.
I see.
Oh, okay, down.
Yeah. So today was the 11th of April. You will be meeting with her.
Him, right? Wait.
Him. No, it was
The
her.
mayor
It was
is
her.
Regina.
Right.
Who's a female
If
human.
Moot was here, he'd make an inappropriate comment about that.
Right.
About Regina.
Which we would
Yeah.
never do
No.
because we're
course
serious
not.
players.
Super serial players. Yeah. All right. 26th is the meeting with the mayor.
Mm-hmm.
All
Next week, I believe, Mr.
Wait.
Mooton and I
Yeah, sorry, finish your sentence. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
are gonna be doing his exploration around the town. So we'll see what that uncovers. And then I think the week after that, it's either the whole party back together or it's specifically a Zephyr library reading based on whether or not this is something that Zephyr should learn on her own or whether this is something the whole party should be there for. I'm still working out whether or not that's its own
It's going to be a
thing.
4-hour session of PotatoMcWhiskey reading books. It's
Yeah,
going to be sick.
I was gonna say.
Potato McWhiskey is going to get all the lore drops and then have to remember what they are to tell you.
No,
Shit.
no, that's awful.
Never mind.
Yeah, we still need to do our weapon proficiencies. We should do that now since it's
True.
the two of us. I'll go first since I think I know what I want.
Mhm.
Right, I'm Neil. I'm gonna put this out there because some people have been saying it in the Discord.
Oh,
I'm
martial arts style
assuming-
D?
I can't get martial arts style D, I assume.
What would you want? What are you looking for?
Well, I'm not looking to do combat, so I'm looking to improve my AC. So I'm thinking that I'm going to take single weapon fighting style, but martial arts style D is actually +2 AC and doesn't require me to use a sword, so that would be even better. But I feel like that would require someone to teach me it.
Yeah, I think martial arts style D. If unarmed and unarmored, that would mean you wouldn't be able to wield any weapons.
Yeah, but I don't think I need a weapon.
What have you been using for weapons lately? You use a
short
sling
sword
is
and a
basically.
sling.
Oh, and a short
Yeah.
sword, right?
Yeah. But there will come a point where my sling is useless. I'm already pretty much approaching that because Cedric and Zephyr are always in close combat, so
Yeah,
it's
the
kinda
sling
like
is really an opening round of combat tool.
situation, and it's maybe somewhat useful at level 1, 2, and 3, but every level that goes by, it becomes less and less relevant.
Well, until you get a ranged damage spell.
I've
You
got
have
more
acid arrow, actually.
Yeah.
That's true.
yeah.
That's true.
And the more magic points I get, the more I'll be able to cast like Separate or Torment or Ball of Force, Melt Acid Arrow, Scare, Shadow Snap, Tasha's Uncontrollable Hideous Laughter. I've got spells to be doing in combat. I just run out of magic power. That at some point that's not going to be a problem.
Yeah.
So martial arts
you
style
can
D,
definitely-
+2 AC, but
That would be
single weapon
great.
fighting style is also an option.
I think single weapon is something that you could easily have learned in your overwintering in Valencia. Not a problem. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to take that.
Okay, and Elijah, what do you want to learn for weapons, if anything?
Yeah.
I mean, you should spend it, but
I kind of have some thoughts. I think right now my biggest problem is I need to get up and close and personal with people to do my thing. If I want to do damage,
Mhm.
basically. There's two ideas. One probably better than the other. There's no like, I don't even know. So one idea is I have a flame sword, right? Obviously, dual wielding is good and all, but the other one would just be a rapier. And I wonder, can you talk to me about like one-handed shields? Is that a thing? Is that a thing that could help me?
You can equip a shield in your offhand. However, you need at least one free hand to cast spells. So if you have a shield and a flame sword, you wouldn't be able to cast any spells until you either disarm the shield or drop the flame sword.
That's also the case. That's also the case for what if I'm just dual wielding though, right? Which
same
I've been
thing
doing
for
a
if you're
lot.
dual wielding.
Yeah.
You don't need a proficiency to pick up the shield. You can just pick up a shield and add 2 AC.
Is there any weapon proficiency that would help me do something more defensive? Because I feel like it's kind of the same thing where like my damage is not going to scale from here on out with my weapon, right? I feel like most of my damage is coming from my spells, so maybe it's better to have something that can help me, because I'm constantly putting myself in situations where I'm in danger, and I'm trying to think if there's ways to mitigate that.
Yeah, so you could do the same thing that Riven did and take a single weapon fighting style, which will give you +1 to AC as long as you have a weapon in one hand, but your other hand is free. So you're not dual wielding or you don't have a shield. You could just pick up a shield and that'll give you more armor. You will have a pretty good weight allowance. Riven is very weak. So a shield, which is pretty heavy, would weigh them down a lot.
That's true.
But
I didn't
for
consider
you,
the single shield.
you can reconsider your options. So you could do that. I don't want to tell you what to do with your character, but you do have 18 dex, which means any missile weapon you use, you have +2 to hit with any missile weapons.
Yeah, that's worth considering. That is good. That does keep you relevant for a lot longer.
That is nice. Also, it does offset your 2-weapon fighting style penalty. So if you do dual wield, your primary hand has no penalties and your offhand is only at a -2.
If you take 2-weapon fighting style, then you would be no penalty at all for fighting with 2 weapons.
I see.
Right.
And I think we've also established that, like, in theory, if I take another round to cast it and I have the MP for it, I can have 2 flame blades, right?
I think we said that.
Yeah.
The primary issue is that the dual fight, the 2-weapon style specifically says this offhand has to be a smaller size weapon than the main hand.
But
and daggers are always acceptable.
Can't you cast Fist of Stone?
Yes.
So could you offhand Fist of Stone and main hand Flame Blade? I feel like that is a sick combo.
Yeah. And the dual wielding style would help me with that.
Yes, because then it would be a flame blade in your right hand and a fist of stone in your left hand. That's definitely...
Is Fist of Stone just one attack, or is that like...
I think it's... Hold on, let me see. I'll put it in chat. It's duration 1 round per level.
You can extend it, which is cool.
Yeah.
And it counts as 18-100 strength.
I did use this spell more. This is actually not bad.
Let me just tell you what that does for your combat. If you've got 18-100 strength, you get +3 to hit and +6 damage.
Holy fuck.
But that's just with the fist hand, not with the flame sword, right?
Yeah.
So you'd basically just be doing 7 damage with your hand. Is it +6 to damage?
Yeah. 18-100, right? Yeah.
Yeah. You would be doing 7 points of damage with your offhand.
Okay.
That's kind of crazy, though. Yeah. You'd be a stronger fighter than Cedric and Zephyr with that.
maybe that seems to be the way that my character is going combat wise, though. It doesn't seem like I'm doing a lot from range, and I think I have a lot of spells that actually benefit, me being up and close. Like I think there's some like slight crowd control here with like Wall of Fog and Stinking Cloud, right? Even like a Flame Burst or something. I don't think this is a bad direction, and I can't think of anything better to do anyway. Like, weapon proficiency wise, I can't think of anything that.
Yeah, I mean,
Elijah
they're kind of useless for wizards anyway. So I feel like if you can get rid of that -2 and then get basically a free attack with a +3, +6 damage attack, that's pretty sweet.
Let's do dual wielding.
Spell fizzles if the caster is stunned, unconscious, or has a similar level of concentration interruption. Damage in and of itself does not end the spell.
Important thing when the spell is in effect, the sorcerer cannot cast spells requiring somatic components. So you are committing to combat when you cast that.
Mm-hmm.
And does your Flame Blade require somatic?
I don't think so.
Yes.
Oh, it does?
So you'd have to cast Flame Blade first.
Do Flame Blade
then
first,
Fist of Stone. But that makes sense because Fist of Stone has a shorter duration anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So 2 weapon fighting style for Elijah, and you're going to Flame and Fist?
Yep.
Flaming Fists.
Yep.
It wasn't that the name of our gang in Tides of Death?
The
Flaming Fists?
Crimson Fists.
The Crimson Fists, yeah, that was it.
And also, let's do a little bit of experience.
A little bit.
Not a lot. Let's see. We did some shopping.
Yeah.
That's worth 0 experience.
Oh.
You had an important conversation. 2 important conversations. You talked to the guy at the bar, and he gave you some interesting info.
Mm-hmm.
That's worth a paltry amount of XP. And then you spoke with Julio? No, Berenza.
Bonanza.
Bart Simpson.
Berenza. That was a worthwhile conversation. It led to something bigger, but it in and of itself, like you trusted him. Oh, and then there were the halfling and human that you talked to and had to intimidate, and that was a little bit of a riskier thing. But I appreciate that your option was not just to murder them.
Oh, absolutely.
Of course. Who would do such a thing?
Yeah. Because, murder is always a short-term solution to your problems, but letting people live and trusting people builds long-term values. Maybe in 7 sessions or 20 sessions, we'll come back to this town, and maybe that'll be a useful thing. Maybe one day they will tell stories about you, and, once it's safe, and it'll be useful.
Yeah.
Who knows? So all told... Oh, plus you survived the session. You didn't get yourselves killed, which I always appreciate. Super important. 475 experience is the total that I have come up with here.
Not
divided by 2, or
that's 475 each. Yes.
Oh,
there's a significant amount of experience for trusting the human and halfling, because that is clearly taking a risk.
Yeah.
And that's worthwhile. Risk taking is an experience in and of itself.
Cool. All right. Good set. I enjoyed that.
That was great.
Yeah.
All right.
Anime fans would call it a filler episode.
True.
But, real moviegoers would call it cinema.
Yeah. Some of those filler episodes are the best episodes, I assume. I don't watch anime, but one can only assume.
No, they're terrible.
Oh, okay.
They're all awful. They never have anything of value. No, that calling this a filler episode is...
This is not like
insulting.
That, This is the opposite of that.
Yeah, that would be super insulting. I don't know why Peachal would do that to us.
Yeah. It's because he's not a weeb.
True. Well, anime fans would call it a filler episode because nobody got punched,
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Riven got some cool boots and a belt out of it. Okay.
Yes. What more do you want? I think it was a fantastic session.
All right. That's it. We'll catch you next time. Bye.
See ya.
later.